You've tuned in to Gritty Birds on KXRY, Portland X-Ray FM, 107.1 and 91.1. I'm your host, Jenny Wren Stotrup. Gritty Birds goes behind the scenes of the music industry with intimate conversations, profiling the personalities and insights of the grittiest artists, makers, and key voices on the West Coast and beyond. Every Thursday from 1 to 1:30. In the fourth episode of my Tree Fort series with DIY label Self Group and photographer Ingrid Hernan, I sat down with Diarrhea Planet for a raucous interview that shows off the personality of a band who is known for its off-the-wall, high-energy sets. Arriving with tight time, it was a short but sweet interview with the band who is releasing their third full-length, Turn to Gold, recorded with Grammy Award-winning engineer Vance Powell on Infinity Cat Recordings June 10th. Welcome to Gritty Birds, Diarrhea Planet. Stay tuned later in the episode for a bonus interview from the Gritty Birds Tree Fort Day Party with Fogfather, who is releasing a single from their upcoming album this week, featured later on today's episode. So dudes, thanks for coming down to the Gritty Birds podcast, and where are you coming from today?
Price,
Utah.
Price, Utah. What is in Price, Utah?
There was nothing there.
Outside
really
of the
cool
grocery store and a gas station.
Business,
and
a
really
hotel.
cool hotel pool.
Yeah, and Ricardo's.
Ricardo's,
hotel
which is
slap.
if you stay at the Green Inn,
Green Wall.
Green Wall Inn, you get $2 all you can eat pancakes until 11. So yeah, if you're ever in Price, it's a good thing to know.
It's a fine breakfast.
You get 15% off.
That's the
24-hour
spot.
pool.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
pool is slapping for sure.
Throw out some names. Who am I talking to?
Oh, I'm Jordan.
Jordan,
Ian,
Ian,
Emmett,
Emmett,
Brant.
Brant,
Mike?
Mike,
Evan.
Evan. How'd you guys meet each other?
Prison.
College.
Prison, college. It was college prison.
The army.
You guys all got drunk one night and ended up in that
the drum tank, right?
It was like an episode of
Yeah.
Oz. It was awful.
Awesome. Wow. When did you guys start playing together?
2010?
Actually, I guess.
2009?
Yeah. Well,
Something like that.
I think you guys came up in 2010. So the
Yeah.
band started in 2009, and it was me and 2 other guys.
Yeah.
And they were 2010. I think you guys were
2010?
I think it was like
2010.
really
Oh.
late 2010.
Yeah.
So I remember by the time I was going home for
And
Christmas,
then
I was
he's
like,
2015.
let me come back and do this.
Cool. And you're based out of?
Nashville.
That's what I thought. And all of you are based out of Nashville?
Yes.
Oh, so it was like one of those like, hey, we're all here. Let's make, okay.
It's
Awesome.
very serendipitous.
Very serendipitous. And how many records now?
This is the one coming out's our 3rd point. And then I think we have, it's June 10th.
Oh, damn.
And then we have 3 EPs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 3 EPs, and this will be our 3rd point.
Okay.
It's our 6th release, I think.
That's awesome. So a little bit of our focus is kind of the DIY concept. So I'm really curious about like kind of where you guys came from.
What does DIY stand for?
The idea of like, what did you do to make you be you? Like do it yourself. Okay, all right, that's fair.
I mean, with a name like Diarrhea Planet, you learn kind of fast. You're gonna have to do a lot for yourself, which is kind of a blessing and a curse. But also at every turn, I feel like in Nashville in particular, the DIY scene has so many links to the professional music world. I feel like it's kind of more of like a spider web versus like tiers, you know what I mean? I feel like there's kids of country stars playing in punk bands doing it themselves without any help, and there's also kids that are rolling up with, you know, stadium ready rigs that their country star parents buy. It's I feel like you get a little bit of everything.
So who has the parents who gave you a stadium rig?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying. I feel like the college we went to
Yeah,
and
it'd be
everything
nice.
is such a mix of all these people that the DIY scene isn't just a bunch of punks. It isn't
Yeah.
just a bunch of rockers. It isn't just a bunch of one thing, which I think is was good for a band like us, because obviously we are a rock band, but we have a lot of influences that kind of run the whole gambit, and I feel like we maybe couldn't have existed or existed as easily in any other city because the DIY scene is so welcoming and kind of forgiving in that regard.
How many days a year are you on tour?
In the past, it's been like around 200, but this year we're doing a little bit less than that, mainly because as a band, it's like you have to find ways to keep challenging yourself, and I think for us, it's like we've gotten to be known for this crazy live show, and the constant comment that comes up is, you know, like their record doesn't do the show justice. And so for us, we kind of have been, well, okay, let's fix that. Like, let's work on getting really good at being a studio band and touring at the same time.
So where'd you record?
And so we just recorded at Sputnik Sound in Nashville, Tennessee. It's Vance Powell and his partner Mitch. They have a studio that they own out in Berry Hill. So we recorded there with him.
What's different about the sound that you had when you were over that spot?
Vance has won multiple Grammys,
Yeah.
so it's like one of those things that, we kind of went from recording in houses, and then we did one record with a guy named Kevin McMahon, who's kind of one of the kind of kings of that, the kind of lo-fi kind of world. Like, his records are known for being just, he's like one of the best guys to do that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And and that was really fun, and it sounded really good, and he was fun to work with, but it didn't really fully capture, we feel like, what we sounded like. The energy wasn't there as much, and Vance just seems to, he's come to a bunch of our shows, he's seen us a bunch, he knows what we sound like, he knows how we set up, like he had us set up in the studio, how we play live, and so it was just really, really fun. It was really smooth. Vance made it was just unbelievable how easy he is to work with.
A lot of his early career too was doing live sound on the road for a really long time. So his whole mixing and recording mantra is like, you know, big guitars, big drums, everything's got to be raw, everything's got to be in your face, which obviously lent itself pretty well to what we're doing. So it was a pretty smooth transition getting some of those sounds with him in particular.
That's awesome. So is it gonna like finally capture like the sound that you guys have been looking for this whole time?
I think it's really close. I think I think it's the closest we've ever come, and it's so close that I mean I definitely want to work with Vance more because I think it sounds like us. Like it actually does sound. I feel like a lot like us. But
What was the favorite show you've had on tour so far?
this tour?
Tree Fort Festival.
Yeah, Tree Fort Festival.
Yes.
Perfect answer. You guys arrived like 50 minutes ago, if that. So I don't know. We're pretty pumped about this set. I gotta be honest. I saw you guys at a Pickathon.
Oh, that was so fun.
Yeah, that was an amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what just happened?
That festival was totally a unique experience too. The people who put that on do a really good job of trying to create something that's different than what everybody else is doing. Like it was very fun.
What's your favorite festival in the U.S.?
Tree Fort Festival.
No, okay, come on. No, seriously.
Hangout was
Hangout was
cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Where's
Yeah.
Hangout?
Alabama or Gulf Shores.
Gulf Shores, yeah.
It's like on the
man.
beach.
Damn,
Honestly,
that's really
Pickathon
cool.
though is probably
Yeah, Hangout and Pickathon are both pretty great.
I think if the beach,
Sasquatch too.
yeah, if the beach wasn't there, I think definitely Pickathon hands down. But the beach was really cool to be on for a hangout too.
Oh man. What are you excited about, like, for the rest of the tour?
Tree Fort Festival.
Southern California for
You're
sure.
like on point. So SoCal, so where are you guys head from here?
Canada.
Yeah.
Comida.
Canada, eh?
Canada.
Canada, oh god. All right, apparently someone's a novice. What's your favorite thing about tour? Since you spend 200 days a year, like, traveling the U.S., being bros.
Mike's
I hope-
chocolate pretzels are my favorite part.
Yeah,
Mike's chocolate pretzels?
Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
favorite part
watching
as well.
Mike to
Well,
get
I've been
back
off them for the past month or so,
food in
but
general, really.
Yeah.
Food?
Yeah, I like food.
I feel like breakfast is a pretty big highlight.
Yeah,
we
breakfast
ate
is
it.
nice.
Breakfast,
Salt lick.
dinner, lunch is pretty good.
Yeah, we're big breakfast fans.
Meals are a big deal.
So what do you guys get on breakfast?
Eggs, sausage, toast,
Biscuits
bacon.
and gravy,
Biscuits
depending,
and
A whole lot of
depending on
eggs.
where we are.
breakfast burrito.
Pancakes!
And,
Hot
wait,
snack.
you mentioned the breakfast place earlier. Where are some of the top breakfast places in the
Oh, my
US?
favorite is
that's a good
Uptown
question.
Diner in
Uptown Diner.
Minneapolis.
Oh, Minneapolis,
Holy smokes.
yeah.
Yeah, that place is that and Sunny Point Cafe in Asheville.
Yeah.
My two favorite
yeah, that
places.
place is great.
Okay.
Those are very good.
Oh,
Yeah.
what was that place in Winston-Salem? Cranky's?
Oh, that
Oh,
place is
yeah,
dope.
yeah.
Place is
Yeah.
amazing.
Ooh, what about that place in
coffee.
Boone? That really.
Oh, the Standard.
Oh, the
Oh,
Standard.
yeah,
yeah.
Dude, I liked
That might be the
Buzzy's
best one.
in Dallas, the place that we just went. That
Oh,
crazy
yeah,
coffee. That was
Buzzy's.
like the
Oh,
best
yeah.
coffee. Like it was kind of
Yeah,
like
coffee was like jet fuel.
That was
Yeah.
also, Buzzy's was a sleeper hit.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll have it'll become a standby, without really going into it. We don't know what we're getting into, but that one was an instant classic.
Yep.
If
That
all,
coffee-
else, if all else fails, there's always Denny's.
Or Cracker Barrel.
yeah,
Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel's probably a
Cracker
cut
Barrel's,
above all the
yeah.
other like U.S.
I think I'm kind of done with Denny's. For
Yeah,
a
no,
minute.
Emmett's done with
Well, they have
Denny's.
good burgers
Yeah.
though, right?
Emmett, I was at
Who got a burger?
Emmett really
I
likes
wasn't
the
there for
burgers
that.
at Denny's.
Emmett did?
Emmett got a $15 burger at Denny's.
I was robbed.
You're what?
They hit you with those add-ons pretty hard.
You show up to a venue. What is like? You show up and it's perfect.
We're 3 hours late. Load on stage, play.
Yeah, I was gonna say, load on stage,
Yeah.
play.
Load on stage, check my
Fredericksburg,
email on the
Virginia.
Wi-Fi, and then play, and then load out and go to bed.
Who falls asleep first?
Mike.
Mike.
Really?
Who never sleeps? Who always rages? Oh, nobody. Oh.
Brent.
Probably,
Yeah,
yeah.
probably.
Yeah, Brent's the party guy.
I don't know. I think Ian's catching up.
Oh, Ian and Brent. Okay.
We gotta settle this tonight.
Yeah.
Party boys starts come in. I'm sure that they'll like definitely have some suggestions.
Oh man.
What are they
Dude.
in for a surprise?
Oh man, I don't even know. They're gonna make you laugh. Rachel's got a good sense of humor. Dude. I just went brain dead a little bit because again, this is the
'Cause
first
you hit
one.
20,000 steps.
I hit. Oh my god, did that just happen?
Oh, look at your Fitbit.
I got this for the festival actually.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. One of
Those are
my
fun.
one of my girlfriends, she's like, dude, let's do this, and I'm like, I don't know, this seems excessive, and she's
Mike's
like,
got a
no,
Fitbit.
no, let's
I have
see
one
it.
of my dad's
You
gonna
have
get-
one?
I
Where
don't have
is
it
it?
on. My dad was giving me a hard time today because he follows me and I've had 0 steps.
He follows you around the U.S.
That's 0
Come on,
steps,
Dad,
Mike.
chill
What have
out.
you been doing?
He's a little worried.
Sitting in a van.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never
get off the
6.5
phone calls
hours.
and get to walking.
Buying
Oh
your
my
time.
god. What's like the advice you have to like bands coming around who are like, oh my god, Diarrhea Planet?
Try if you
what
want,
did
but
they do?
you just give up.
Yeah,
it's
just
not
don't.
worth it.
Just
Stay in
don't.
school. Don't. You can't sustain this.
Learn how to solder well. Know how to fix cables.
True.
Bring a
Furby?
yeah, bring a Furby and a gun.
How did Andrew come
Set.
along?
That's a good question.
We found him in the wilderness.
You found him in the wilderness?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's not with
He
you.
was being nursed back to life by a she-wolf,
Okay.
and
Did you guys have the sense of humor
Romulus
when you
Green.
met, or did it just like develop
It came with
while
the
the
sprinter.
6 of you like spent more time together and just
he's still under warranty too.
Yeah.
He's still under warranty. He's like, I'm gonna leave after
The only
this.
thing under
Don't worry.
warranty still is the sense of humor that came with this.
Yeah, he's the
program.
cheapest thing to fix too, which is
Yeah.
pretty
Oh
cool.
my god. What's the biggest breakdown you've ever had on tour?
Good God! One time we stayed. I think the worst
Emotional
was
or physical?
we broke down in Minneapolis because of the
Street
stupid
Festival?
DEF system and our
And then you went and got breakfast,
sprinter.
right?
Yeah. And we were there for 5 days, but I felt bad because we stayed for like 3 days with a friend in an apartment that it's like a 1-bedroom
So it's
studio
like rooms.
flat.
Yeah.
So it was like we were all touching each other while we were sleeping, like our feet, our hands, or like something was like touching one another. And we were there for like 3 days before we moved to another guy's house that was bigger. But that was pretty brutal.
We had another one in Atlanta on the predicted end
I
of the
think
world.
that one's still the most frustrating.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
insane.
I think we weren't stuck as long as the one in Minneapolis, but getting back was a Kafkaesque nightmare as we were trying to piggyback
It was
to our
December
way back to
22nd.
Nashville. Yeah, December 22nd,
On it. Saturday?
2012.
Sunday, I think.
Sunday.
Yeah. Well, we broke down on the Saturday
Yeah.
because the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
day was Sunday, which like all the auto shops were closed, and it was like December 23rd or something, and so we all like we had to tow all the way back to Nashville, like our
And,
old van.
Oh,
And
from
then-
from where?
from Atlanta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done that drive.
That was not fun.
Shoot, that's crazy. Last question. A band, like, advice for some, like, kids out there. Number one piece of advice.
Practice.
Practice.
Learn how to solder.
Watch
Learn how to
school,
solder, like you just said, and practice.
watch
Yeah.
School of Rock.
Practice with a
School
metronome.
rock?
Yeah.
Watch
There's,
School of Rock
uh,
and memorize it.
There's no shortcuts, kids.
Learn how to Dougie.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming down. And
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I can't wait for your set tonight.
Yeah, we're stoked.
Awesome.
Me neither.
Okay.
Drives me to hurt, it's got me screaming for something
Thank you to Diarrhea Planet for a very fun hang. You've heard the tracks Life Pass and Let It Out from their upcoming full-length Turn to Gold, out June 10th on Infinity Cat Recordings. At the Gritty Birds Tree Fort Showcase, I interviewed bands on the scene, including Fogfather, who are on their way out on a West Coast tour. Take a listen while they talk the joys of crocheting. Welcome to Gritty Birds, Fogfather.
I'm David.
We're in Fogfather.
Yeah, so you just played Showcase. How did it feel? How was the...
It felt really good. It was like a lot of struggles with a couple of cables, and I don't know where the gremlins or ghosts came from, but in the end, I think that we kind of made a really nice chaos, like sculpted the chaos into something really nice. I felt good about it, Dave.
Yeah, we had a good time. It was the first time we played without our backing track, so it was pretty raw.
Yeah.
We were just exploring that kind of griminess and getting ready for the tour, you know? It's a good kickoff for us.
Yeah,
really
first show of the tour.
So where are you going?
We're going, from here we're going to Reno, and then we're going to Oakland, and then Fresno. And in Fresno we're playing with Light Thieves, they're here at Tree Fort.
Yeah.
In LA we're playing with Gary Wilson.
San Fran.
And then San Fran. Eugene. Yeah, and we're doing a KWVA thing in Eugene, and then also playing with Surf Strokes. So.
What's your must-have on tour?
Must-have? Well, I feel like I must have a keyboard stand. I forgot a keyboard stand on this tour, and now I'm definitely feeling the pain of the must-have a keyboard stand. That was scary for a minute, but
that's for damn
Pete from
sure.
Self Group came through on that. So
I realized late in the game that a crochet needle and some yarn was a must-have. I was gonna bring it, and I didn't, and I really regretted it. So I think I'm gonna pick some up and make some masks for our show in the Bay Area.
How long have you crocheted?
Since probably I was 15 or something.
Oh my gosh, what's the weirdest thing you've crocheted?
A bodysuit. Yeah.
for your body or for someone else's
For
body?
my body, and it kind of fell apart, but I think I figured out how to do it now.
Nice.
So I'm pretty stoked on that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right. The question I'm asking everybody who I'm interviewing this weekend is, what's your advice to young artists? What do you have to say for the kids?
I would say just like really go for it and don't joke around, man. It can be fun, you can have jokes, but man, if you love doing it, just do it, you know, and if you suck at it, who cares?
And if other people think you suck at it the most, because you need to, you gotta be true to yourself.
Yeah, man, just
Awesome.
go for it. I want to hear some crazy shit. I want to see people get real crazy on stage, and I want to be inspired to be even weirder.
Yeah.
So that's what I want kids to do.
I'm also a strong believer in the 10,000 hours thing. I think even when people second guess it, just to keep working.
Yeah, practice.
Yeah.
And don't listen to us. We haven't achieved anything.
Oh, come on. You guys put out a really great record and are working on another one. You guys are going to be great.
Yeah, we're working, man. We're always
Working.
I love it. So.
Speaking of crazy shows, let's go and hang out with the homies of Anna and Ann. So,
Awesome.
by the way, thanks Bryson for being like, hey, let's do this.
Yeah,
It's a great party.
I'm so glad it came together. It's really
Me
cool to see it
too.
happen.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Stranded down by the water.
Thanks again for tuning in to Gritty Birds on KXRY Portland X-Ray FM 107.1 and 91.1. I am Jenny Wren Stottrup. You have just heard the new single from Fogfather, Trapped. Right now, you are listening to Whiskey Shakes from And, who you can hear in the background during Fogfather's interview. Thanks to Diarrhea Planet and Fogfather for coming on to this week's show. Check out episodes from last season as well as blog posts on new releases in West Coast music on GrittyBirds.com. Full episodes are released on iTunes and SoundCloud every Monday. Please follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at GrittyBirds and on xray.fm. Tune in next week for my interview with Israeli artist Tamar Afek.
Whiskey shakes, the devil takes his sweet time. Call this one in. No, I ain't been feeling quite right. This fire used to keep me warm, but now it just burns. There's nothing better than the first time. After that, it just gets worse. What the hell is a dream?